I'm Mark, and I'm half-ass ready.
What's up, y'all? Good to see everybody. I don't know even know who all's in. Looks like I got show intel and Nick Easy. So no, I'm chilling on a Monday night with nothing better to do. So what up? Kate Corso in the house. So rural 2IC. So now I had a good time last night. I was sitting here thinking, there's OVP in the house. Look at y'all. So yeah, I was just sitting here thinking, good day to check it out, man. See what's up. I'm turning my phone on so I can and turning the volume down. And but yeah, it was a good talk last night having Prepper Now on, man. It was pretty cool. So I enjoyed. Got to turn off my sound on the phone here. So yeah, we had a good time last night. Well, Nick, you stick in there, baby. You'll get there. You'll get there. So it's taken me 58 years to get the full on red all the way around on the neck. So I don't know, man. The redneck term. Down here it's kind of endearing. So, but I know they have rednecks all over the United States. You don't have to be Southern to be a redneck. I figured that much out. But yeah, I thought we had a pretty good time last night, but it was we just wanted to, there's been so much negative gloom and doom stuff that it's just nice to be positive. And tonight I had a real positive vibe on the way home from work. I was thinking, yeah, look, we've got a QV. So we have man, every time you turn on TV, news, whatever, it's always beating you down, man. You always think about, am I prepping the right shit? Am I prepping hard enough? But I liked what Rural said last night, man. He's, and you do have to stay on your game, but it's okay to take a night off, man. It's okay to go to a football game on Saturday and watch the Little League play, or it's okay to take your family out to eat and go to a movie. It's you just sometimes you need to let it go, but a lot of times we need to let go the doom and gloom. I know, man, we turn on the TV and the news, and it's always, yeah, every once in a while, Earl. You find a gem. We have to say a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. There you go, buddy. So, but and I know the doom and gloom. It's important for us to stay on top of current events. They are a precursor to what may be coming next. And I think it's part of prepping to keep your radar on, to keep your Canadian. Good luck finding them, buddy. They might be a couple in here. So, but it's important we keep our radar on and Central PA. Good to see you, Tom. Glad you come by, man. I'm just chilling on a Monday night, but it's important that we keep our ears open and our radar on and look at what's coming. And But when it becomes painful, when it becomes stressful, yeah, you need to pull back. You need to just pull back, because and life's too short to stay tense all the time, right? Uh, Look, being a prepper, you're prepared all the time. I mean, you've taken the precautions. You've equipped yourself with your get home bag, your go bag. You've equipped yourself with your Second Amendment stuff, yeah. Well, look, it ain't so much that you preach it though, show and tell. It's there. It's available. It's another tool that we can use to look at the radar, right? It's another tool that we can use to see what's coming down the pipe. But when you've done your prepping and you're sure about what you got, no. If it does in 4 hours, you're supposed to go see a doctor, Canadian. So, a distraction bag. Yeah. Hey, look, man, again, sometimes you need the distraction. I mean, sometimes you need, but yeah, and Kanan, that's part of, and we talk about this a lot, man, about training, right? And training becomes muscle memory. And I'm not just talking about with your firearm. I mean, I'm talking about with your generator, powering up your house, powering down your house, using your emergency heat source, using, all these things. That's training, right? That's training. It's training to make sure the comms you're using, whatever they are, that you're yeah, no kidding, Tom. Thank you for your service, sir. But it's important that you train with these things. I mean, if you bought a new whatever, and it's still in the box, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, if it's number two, if it's the second one you bought because the first one you said, that's so cool, I want one for my old lady or one for my brother or whatever, then that's a different story. But, it's just the preparedness thing is something you do every day. And yeah, that's right, Kane. It's not just muscle memory, it's mental memory. And then when the shit hits the fan, when everything around you is going crazy and everybody's starting to panic. Yeah, I'm off the porch out here. Yeah, I came outside. What a beautiful night we got in North Carolina, y'all. I mean, it's supposed to be like 55 degrees in the morning. So, yeah, man, I make sure mine works all the time, Earl. I mean, it's just but it becomes muscle memory and it becomes mentally in there, right? You again, man, if you've never been to boot camp or in a high stress environment like that, and you still have to, well, I'm wearing glasses. Well, OVP, I've got glasses. So, but when you've learned to practice these things under high stress, and it's cool. And Vision the other night was talking about Stop the Bleed class, right? So no, I'm not, Tom. I'm in Western North Carolina. I'm up in the mountains. I spend all the time in Camp Lejeune I want to spend. It's much nicer up here than it is in Camp Lejeune. But I lost my train of thought. That's fine. We'll get it back. But Vision was talking about the Stop the Bleed class. Well, okay, so you're learning how to use a tourniquet at these classes. These classes, or you're learning how to to use a chest seal or whatever. What happens if you have to use that chest seal or that tourniquet We don't even have to say combat wound. You know, we don't even have to say shit hit the fan. There's a 4-car pileup at the stop sign just down the street, and you know somebody's messed up real bad, and you have to put that on there, and shit's going on, man. Somebody's dog got out of their car, and they got crying children, and you got people screaming because they're bleeding or hurt or broken arm. So you got to you have to practice those things, and I'm using tourniquet as that thing, but you have to practice those things and till you know you can do them in a stressful situation. But again, but you just don't have to be stressed out all the time. And yeah. Oh yeah, Kane, no doubt, man. Yeah, you know, I grew up on a farm. Oh, I'm sitting here. Yeah, it's not a farm anymore. You know, my dad had 13 acres here. I own four of them now. But yeah, I farmed this whole thing, and yeah, you damn skippy, dude. You can get messed up bad on a farm. There's lots of equipment that can very possibly mess you up real bad when you play it on the farm. But LMDMT popped in. I didn't even see that, man. Hey, LMDMT. I'm having problems with English tonight, so just bear with me. I'm playing with my banners and stuff too. So, but yeah, again, I mean, like, you know, we were talking in backstage last night. I'm hello, Katrinka. But yeah, words is hard, and especially when you went to West Henderson, so and played football. So yeah, they don't worry about teaching you how to read and write. But yeah, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to the beach for a week, and we do it every year. We take a couple of families. We have a really good time, and yeah. Oh, Granny's Corner. Hello, girl. Good to see you. And but and I do. You know, look, I take my get home bag, and I have to. In fact, I actually made a video about my beach trip prep. You know, because I have to add a lot of shit. It's a long way from Myrtle Beach to my house. So, but yeah, and so I get a little bit stressed out about that. You know, just making sure I've got room in the vehicle, and I know I can't bring enough. I can't bring enough to get all the people that are going to be with me home. Fortunately, some of them are preppers also, and they kind of. Oh yeah, prepper. Yeah, prepper. Now, you know, that was cool having a school teacher on, man. You know, my son's a policeman, and I have a special spot in my heart for nurses, policemen, and school teachers. They're damn sure not doing it for the money, right? They're just damn sure not doing it for the money. And my son's girlfriend was a nurse, and you know, they're not doing it. It's not about the money for them. It's a calling, you know, like you know, and I know a lot of you folks are from up north, but down here in the South, we have a lot what we call called preachers, you know. So they ain't they're not seminary preachers. They're cemetery preachers. They were called by God to be a preacher, and I think maybe not everybody, but I think nurses, policemen, and firemen, and teachers, God touched them when they were not even born and said, "Hey, good evening, Trent. Glad you popped by, baby." I was sitting there thinking, you know, Trent ain't going live, and nobody's going live, and I said, "I'll go live." And then I said, "Nah." Show and Tell went live, so all she did was show the weather, though, and then she went back in the house, and I don't blame her. It was pretty bad weather. Yes, we were talking about you last night. So, Granny's Corner. In fact, we were talking about you in backstage. We all enjoy your channel. You in college level. And Doc, I bet you do. Well, you piss a lot of people off all the time, Kane. I mean, I'm sure I think that's your shtick. Ain't that how you say that? But no, it was all good, Granny. It was all good. We didn't say anything bad about you. No, we do enjoy your channel, and one of these days, Granny, you're going to have to give me your email address because I really would like to see you on our show one night. One Sunday, I would love for you to come on 0 Hour with us, and you can get in touch with me or Rural or OVP on our email addresses are on the description of the podcast, so you can get in touch with us. Well, you send me an email, dear, and it's mccmuffin@gmail.com. You send me an email, and I will get you on. Now, look, I have a guy that I've talked to about this Sunday coming up, but I don't think he's going to make it. So I have other guys to back it up. But if you wanted to come on the Sunday before Labor Day, this coming Sunday, you send me an email, girl, and I will get you on. Well, and you're right, Kane. Oh yeah, somebody. I don't even know if I have a moderator. Yeah, Rural's a moderator. So yeah, yeah, words are only words, Kane, and that's the thing about that's another thing why we stay pissed off at each other all the time, man. Our skin has gotten so thin. People can't take being disagreed with, and yeah, Tom, we'll do it. Yeah, my son and I we're both Marines. Yeah, we'll definitely. Yeah, as soon as I end this thing, I'll pop over there and sub. Yeah, I love Marines, baby. Yeah, and 250 this year. So you look pretty good for your age, Tom. But again, we've gotten so thin-skinned. And I don't know why. Yeah, there's Granny's channel right there. So, yeah, I don't know why we've gotten so. I don't know, man. There's so many pansies. Is that a good word? I don't mean to say. I don't mean to. Hey, there's a lot of pansies out there. You know what I'm saying? They can't take. It's one of the reasons why I went to the scene where LMDMT talking about Trump. That's why Trump pisses so many people off. He's not delicate, right? He's a rip the Band-Aid off kind of guy, and yeah, and you're right. I mean, and a lot of times, Kane, the words are smoke and mirrors, right? So the words got you looking over here, and the real damage is coming underneath, right? So. Yeah, but again, man, we all just stay too keyed up all the time, right? And preppers tend to be fairly happy people, but we do get absorbed in the comings and goings of the day and the world, and then we get we get tense, right? And I came pretty close to dying this year. And it was an awakening for me. It was a very humbling experience. I just I had to take a step back and realize what was important in my life. And look, prepping's important to me. It has became what I am. I've become a prepper and not a normie anymore, and so it is important to me that I do that. But I'm just not going to let the world steal my joy. Man, there's so many things to be joyful right here on this porch, man. I mean, I can hear the frogs and the crickets, and I feel this beautiful fall, almost fall breeze, and yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you have, Katrina, and again, uh, and I'm not a young man anymore, but I've got a lot of life ahead of me, and I but I'm just I'm gonna find my joy where I can find my joy, and we we all need to do that more often, man. And just like I said, I'm glad to have a good positive Monday night. The weekend was a little brutal on me, man. I watched way too much YouTube this weekend, and yeah, and I know you do, Granny. I watch your videos. You love where you live. I love the pictures of where you live today, but I mean, you love where you live, um, um, and you love the world you live in, and you definitely love your family, and it's quite evident when you talk about them. But and I do. I love my family too, and my 84-year-old mother called me this afternoon, and I'm everybody's car guy. Rural knows what I'm talking about. You just when you do what I do for a living, you just end up being everybody's car guy. So Mama had a dead battery. She said, "I jumped my car, honey. What do I do?" I said, "Honey, Mom, just bring me the car in the morning." And yeah, I hear you, Rural. But bring the car over in the morning. I'll put a new battery in, and we're gonna get you going again. But it's just the joy. And my mom's still pretty strong. Um, my mom's pretty strong. She gets it pretty hard, and she's a lot of fun. And that's a woman who absolutely loves the Lord and absolutely lives her life to the end. Mom's going to live her life till it's over. And, it's just good to talk to her today. I talked to my son today. And, it's just always good to speak to your family. But, that's why I say at the end of my videos, man, tell the ones you love that you love them. It's important that it may be the last time you ever speak to them. And, and Katrina knows what I'm talking about, man. When you think you might have uttered your last word, it's you get to thinking about, damn, I should have said this, and why didn't I say this? And oh yeah, Tom, I've got one, and I have a lot of vehicles. I have one in every vehicle. I'll tell you something else that's really cool too, Tom. We sell the slime products for. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. My mom's pretty sharp too, Granny. I'm telling you. But yeah, Tom, we got these things that the little air pumps, man, that you can plug into your cigarette lighter or pump up your car tire. But they have them now that actually have the fix-a-flat stuff made right into it. You can pump it in when you pump the tire up, and they're not that expensive. I have one of those in all my cars now too. And I keep a plug and patch kit in my car too. Again, that's kind of hard to do on the side of the road, but yeah. Well, Katrina, I'm glad your move is over, and I'm glad things went well for you. Yeah, well, I can believe that, Kane. I've been there. Um, yeah, I've been there, but I do. JD, good to see you. I don't know if I spoke to you or not, but yeah, I used to do bars quite often. I've kind of backed off of that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they actually do work. Well, I mean, I've tried them, and they work. I uh, had a dry rotted tire on my lawnmower. It was leaking down and pissing me off, and so I grabbed the one out of my Xterra, and I used it to pump it, and it worked. I mean, yeah, I use Lowe's, Tom. They give good discounts to veterans down here, my neighborhood anyway. And our local Lowe's, I stick with them. When my son was doing his Eagle project, not only him but several. I was a scout master. Several of my boys were working on their Eagle project. They the manager at the Lowe's, man, he donated so much stuff for them boys to build whatever they were building and stuff. And yeah, I've seen those, JD. Yeah, they're and they're cost effective. Yeah, and that works too. I'm just old school on that. Oh, you've used them, okay? Well, I've never used them, but yeah, I'm getting a little. It's getting a little buggy out here. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, you got to find an American-made flag too. But yeah, it's funny to buy an American flag that's not made in America. So yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of positive stuff going on right now, even in the news. You know what I'm saying? That little "Made in America" comment got me thinking about that. There's a lot of positive stuff going on in the world. Not just, it's just not all negative. I know you have to filter through all the negative shit to get to something positive sometimes, but it's there's positive stuff out there, and there's again a lot of stuff. I don't agree with everything that's going on right now, but it is more positive than it used to be. I mean, a year ago, I didn't have as good an outlook for America. Oh yeah, yeah, and it does cost more, Granny, but to me it's worth it. I mean, it's worth it. But again, we were talking about quality last night. It don't matter if it's made in America or anywhere else right now. Yeah, well, I don't blame her, Kane. So, yeah, I was watching the news tonight about your boys in Minnesota. The Democratic Party in Minnesota had a big meeting. It was pretty funny. Pretty funny listening to those guys, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, I didn't really have anything I really wanted to talk about. I just wanted to, come live and see what's up with y'all tonight. So we got 17 in the chat. That's not too bad considering. I mean, I walked in and got my laptop, come out here on the porch and turned it on. So that's, no, I didn't give anybody any warning. Well, I kind of did give show and tell a little bit of warning because I told her, I said, well, if you're getting off, I'm getting on. Yeah, that's a good question, Tom. I talking with one of my coworkers today. It is exciting if you're a football fan. This weekend is kind of exciting. So don't know what the Buckeyes are going to do this year. They got a lot of question marks. See what they answer. I'm a North Carolina Tar Heel fan, and Katrinka Asheville's look. It's man, I don't know how to say it. Look, there's things that are permanently changed here. There are things that's going to be years before it gets better. But I will say it's getting more normal. You're getting used to the roads that are still closed and areas you still can't go to. But it's great to see some of the small businesses opening back up. And that, it's almost a year now. It'll be a year here at the end of September. But it's amazing the resilience of mountain folks. It's hard to kill the spirit. They're always trying to do better, and what's so funny, I don't know if it's even funny, what's as my grandfather would say, what's queer about it is, all this money that everybody's talking about coming to North Carolina, and it's all held up somewhere in a committee. Somebody's voting on how to spend it, whatever. So you got all these folks still doing this shit out of their own pocket or with their own back. And they get a little pissed off, and they blow off a little steam, maybe drink some white liquor and do their thing. But man, generally they get up every morning and with a grin on their face and go get it, man. Do what they have to do to get their business open or their house back open or whatever it is. So, no, Asheville's it's a great place to live. I don't actually live in. I live near Asheville, but I don't live in Asheville. I live kind of out in the country, a little town called Fletcher. But yeah, these mountain folk are tough, and I'm real proud of my community. It was rough. Last September was rough. It was brutal. November, December was all tough. My son had a tree in his house, and he was almost 10 months before he got to live in his whole house again. So yeah, my wife is from Kentucky, and and that's how we went. That's how we grew up, Granny. That's. Oh yeah, Cane Creek Road. Oh my goodness, I'm half a mile from there. I'm on Souther Road in Hooper's Creek. I don't know how familiar you are with Hooper's Creek, but yeah, I drive Cane Creek Road every day on my way to work. So yeah, every day. That's cool, Katrinka. I did not know that. That's awesome. What a small world we live in. Wow, you better be careful, Kane. I hear them West Virginia girls are pretty mean. I know my Kentucky one's pretty rough. I can tell you that. She has to be tough. She's been with me 36 years now. Yeah, she's tough. They don't make them any tougher now. Yeah, I'm sure you have, Granny, down there where you're at. Yeah, but it's so that was a hell of a storm to start with, and we had there's actually 3 lows in a row come through, and they kind of absorbed into each other. But the topography here, in Florida, and look, man, in Florida, you guys do it so often. Y'all handle it, man. Y'all handle your business, and it's just awesome. And y'all kind of bill for it too. You know it's coming. But when the water started coming off these mountains, man, laser eyes. Yeah, I know all about those. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No, you better be careful. Yours will sew you in the sheet and beat you to death one night. You better soft my ass. Ain't nothing. Yeah, but yeah, the topography here, the rain when it come down those valleys and started washing away mountains and stuff, man, it was crazy the damage here. It was insane. I've lived here all my life. I've seen floods and I've seen blizzards. I've seen all kinds of shit. I had never seen anything like that. Yeah, Granny, and the thing about it is man, it started there. In fact, Discovery Channel, and you can rewatch it on Hulu, maybe it's anyway. They got a show called Eye of the Storm, and they did Hurricane Helene on it, and they showed the rivers got so high that it was washing away connexes, and they were taking out the cell towers, right? And then so when the power shut down and the roads were all washed away because of the mudslides, they couldn't get up to the cell towers to refuel them. So within 2 days, of course, it really was like within 12 hours, but within 2 days, there was no cell, there was no internet. If you didn't have something satellite, you weren't talking to anybody. So I had friends of mine who had satellite, and they were finding out more information from people in Michigan and Ohio and everywhere else than here, because we couldn't get any way to get our signal out to let anybody know. Our local radio station just won an Emmy, local radio Emmy, for their coverage during the storm. Those guys, Tank Spencer and Mark Starling, actually went to the radio station right before the storm got here, and they were trapped inside the radio station for 3 days. But they continued to broadcast. And then they found out their transmitter was about to run out of diesel fuel up on top of Pisgah Mountain. And somebody listened to the radio, took a four-wheeler and 50 gallons of diesel and went up there and filled up their transmitter. So, yeah, man, we learned a lot of lessons about comms, Cane Corso. Dude, me and my son, and, that's a little project we got going on right now. We got to, we can't talk. We're only about 4 miles apart as the crow flies, but again, the mountain topography here messes the radio signal pretty bad. So we're working on, if I could just talk to him from here, if he and I can just speak from house to house, I'm going to be much happier with my comm situation. But, we're working on it. We're definitely working on it. And yeah, Granny, it was cool, man. I mean, honestly, I was blessed. God had his hand over me and my home. We didn't have any trees in our home. Now, I had to cut them out of the driveway and everywhere else, but we didn't want for anything. My wife and I were set here, and we actually were taking care of neighbors and whatnot, everything we could do. But man, it was a long and trying. We went 15 days without power. We went 3 months without cable and internet. So okay, well, there you go, Tom. What are y'all? Oh yeah. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we learned a lot. My prepping group learned a lot. It was a good time for everybody to test out everything they had, and and again, some people shit worked, some people shit didn't work. So it was good. Oh, Tigger. Oh wow, 3 months. Holy moly, that's a long time. That's a long time, Granny. I thought 15 days was long. Yeah, 3 months. That's painful. But that'll sure make you go buy a generator though, won't it? So, and again, at that point, man, it don't matter what fuel you use in your generator. I mean, I know these solar generators are all the rage right now, but I did a test on mine. I've got a big unit, a big Anchor Solex unit that will power my whole house and my well. And with the solar panel, it would only take me about 12 solid hours to charge it back up. And yeah, that's right. You're right, Earl. I'm telling you, man, he's interdimensional, man. That's why we can't. Oh yeah, man, Katrina that messed up the infrastructure. Well, y'all were without power, we were without gasoline because y'all control all the gas down there, Tiger. So yeah, we were without gasoline. So yeah, it was did you have like a whole house generator, Katrinka? Because I don't have one of those. I thought about getting one, but I don't know. That's a lot of money, and Yeah, I'm still able to drag my generator where I need to drag it and whatnot. The solar generator is pretty cool. I don't have to. I don't. Oh yeah, okay, you did. Yeah, my mom has some. Well, I'll tell you what's pissing my mom off, Granny, is it messed up all the old timey sayings that her and my grandma used to say. And oh my God, really, OVP? You need you and them damn aliens, man. I'm telling you. I know he did it. I seen he did it. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, he. Yeah, yeah. I, I hope that damn alien ship does show up, man. I've been wanting to test my theory on whether or not aliens can die from lead poisoning, and I'm a firm believer that they can. I'm with Arnold Schwarzenegger. If it bleeds, we can kill it, and I'm all about finding out. And I'm gonna check and see if they taste like bacon and all that shit too. Look, we can talk about Bigfoot now. I again, something else I don't believe in, but I'm yeah, I'm kind of weird for a prepper. I don't really believe in anything like that, but well, that's as good of an explanation as anything, Katrinka. Bigfoot may be an alien. Yeah, I've noticed in the last 4 or 5 years, and look, I follow a couple people on YouTube who are Southern Belle Bigfoot. I don't know if y'all have ever seen her channel. Uh, Man, she has people on there all the time who are, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I can believe that, OVP. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be nice. If they've traveled that far, they're going to be pissed off. So, but yeah, I just don't believe in any of that shit. So, but now I could deal with that, Nick. I mean, but coneheads ain't from outer space. They're from France. So, but yeah, like I said, I ain't gonna keep this going long. Well, gosh, I've already went 42 minutes. I did not mean to come out here and stay that long. I don't know. I'm going to check the Brave score while we're talking. I don't know what's up with that. Well, the Braves lose, so nothing new for this year. But yeah, they only said they were from France. That's funny. DB Cooper. Cut towards your buddy. That's right. Do your blood circle thing for you. Yeah, well, that's true too. So I don't know. Yeah, they were alien, Nick. I was just messing with you. Hell of a golfer though. Oh, Dodgers fan, huh? Hoorah. Yeah, when I was young, the Braves were in the NL West, so I was not a Dodgers fan, sir. I'm just sorry. Oh, well, there you are, JS Genesis. Good to see you. Glad you showed up. So, yeah, it's yeah, nothing major going on. I'm just bullshitting and sitting on my porch enjoying the weather. So, but man, it's so nice out here tonight. Wow, it's been so damn hot this summer, and I'm almost needing a jacket. Boy, I'll tell you, you got work to do, Tom. You got work to do, baby. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but this year is going to be a tough one. I'm telling you. Well, me too, LMDMT. But the Cubs are. I'm not betting against the Cubs right now. Look, the Braves ain't even going to make the playoffs, so there you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to college football now. I'm done with baseball season, but yeah, that is pretty cool. It's probably It's probably 60 here right now. But it's supposed to be like 54 in the morning. So yeah, I know but you're a Yankee, sir. That's you Yankees do that. Here in the South, we get cold. You know, we get chilly here. It's like being from the South Pacific and going to, here they're always cold. Well, I'm cold. Well, I'm not cold, but yeah, I'm loving this weather. It's dry. Well, that's what they say, JS Genesis. Unless you're playing golf. Oh yeah, well, yeah, they. I will have another warm spell here in the South, but I've been looking at some of the long distance forecast, and looks like could be a tough winter for us here in our little strip of the Tennessee Valley and the French Broad River Valley. It looks like it could be a bad winter for us, but who the hell knows? Shit, they can't get it right for 3 days. What the hell am I worrying about 3 months from now? You know what I'm saying? So I did not make that comment, Rural. You said that yourself. So again, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad we could all get together and have a little fun tonight. But yeah, you did, Tom. But I'll tell you, man, I'm a big fan of Matt Olson's. He's not Freddie Freeman, but I'll tell you what, if you had to pick somebody to replace him, that's the guy. But well, Tiger, growing up here, we had some bad winter. Again, I tell people this all the time. I'm still in the South, right? So when we have 10 inches of snow, you just hang loose for about 3 days, and it'll warm back up and it'll melt away. But not like up north where when it gets snow, you just keep it all year. We don't do that down here. But wow. Lows in the 40s. Yeah, we have one night, Wednesday night, I think, supposed to be down in the 40s here again. But my garden's played out anyway. I'm done. I had the heart surgery in January, and I really wasn't even going to plant a garden, and I could not plant a garden. I had to plant a garden, so I did. I didn't do as well as I normally do, but oh yeah, y'all get some wicked weather in Missouri, girl. My son was stationed there at Fort Leonard Wood for a while, and in the wintertime. And yeah, we went out to visit a couple times, and whew, man, y'all get some wicked weather in Missouri. But oh hell, of course it did. Yeah, that part of the state. Hell, it shuts down this part of the state too, Tom. I mean, we got a few more snow plows than y'all got, but yeah, we get shut down weather up here a lot. But again, it's cool. Like I said, you shut down for 2 or 3 days, and then the damn weather warms up, and it's going to be there. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm about to the point to put my jacket on right now, OVP. Yeah, they do, Granny. Yeah, that's pretty funny to watch. Yeah, well, I do enjoy watching there in South Florida when it gets cold and the lizards the lizards start falling out of the trees and shit. That's pretty funny. To me, that's funny. It's kind of like those fainting goats. I find it humorous, but I got a sick sense of humor. So. Yeah, Kane, Minnesota does get cold, and I don't know how the hell you take it, but I mean, yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah, well, look, North Dakota, it's like being in Alaska. It's one of the places you learn to love, and when you love it, you love it. And night, Tom, Semper Fi, brother. Yeah, we'll do, buddy. Yeah, I'll do that. So, but we've been at it 50 minutes. Yeah, I want. Yeah, I want one too. I want a fainting goat and a screaming goat. I want one of those ones that scream too. That way, when every time the one screams, the other one faints, and yeah, it ought to be pretty funny to watch. But good night, Granny. Thank you for coming by. So, all right, y'all. I think I'm gonna shut it down and take a shower and hit the hay. But man, appreciate y'all stopping by. Like I said, no, no huge words of wisdom for everybody, but yeah, yeah, it is. But night, Tiger. Thank y'all for stopping by again. So, good night, everybody, and we will see you soon. All right, later, DB. See you, rural. See you, OVP. Good night.
Remember to tell the ones you love that you love them. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get full ass ready.